Hello everyone, this is the Human Rights League of the Horn of Africa's Voice for Human Rights. The Human Rights League of the Horn of Africa's Voice for Human Rights was created to conduct human rights education to raise the awareness of the citizens on human rights. Therefore, today we will start with an introduction to human rights education. So, as an introduction, we are going to see human rights education, or what is human rights education mean. This is the first topic. The second topic is the goal of the human rights education. We will treat it. And the third is the need for human rights education. These are under introduction. So, I will continue to introduce to you the contents of the human rights education, which in the future which we are going to deal with. So let us see the contents. By the way, this human rights education might have four chapters through the year. So under these four chapters we have different parts: part 1, part 2, part 3 under each chapter. So let's go to the contents. Let's go and see the contents for the course. The first one is, what are human rights? What are human rights? This is the topic. And the second one is a brief history of human rights. After we see what human rights, or after we discuss on human rights what it is, then we are going to proceed to, as a second topic, to a brief history of human rights. So when we are talking about the brief history of human rights, we are going to see in detail how human rights education is started, or when people started to know about their rights. So it is really very broad. It took us more than 2,000 years to know our human rights. So we are going to discuss step by step and how we came today in the 21st century just aware of our human rights. So the next topic is going to be human rights activism. Human rights activism. Once we know our rights and obligation, and if something came against our rights, we have to defend it. We have to defend it through human rights activism. It is a new concept. We will see it in detail when we come to discuss on this special topic. So the next topic will be Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I told you that it took us more than 2,000 to know our human rights. So in 1948, a written document about human rights was introduced to the world. So the first document about human rights is considered as Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So we will see that, how it started, and who initiated it, and why. So just to give you a clue, as everybody knows that in 1914 up to 1919, there was the First World War, and when the First World War was stopped or ended in 1919, the world states came together to form an organization, worldwide organization, to stop maybe the upcoming another world war. So they created the League of Nations. So the League of Nations didn't exist alone. and it failed to really save the world from the Second World War, which has been started in after 20 years actually. So when the Second World War ended in 1945, again the leaders of the world came together to form another organization. So that is United Nations. The United Nations was created in 1945. So the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is a continuity of that organization. Because during the Second World War, the human rights abuses was tremendous. People were killed, around 70 million people were perished, that means killed during the war. So in order to stop the next war, that means the Third World War, the leaders came together and just created this very important documents, the United Nations Charter and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Let's proceed. So after just seeing the point in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, one by one, there are around 30 rights in this document. We will see about the document and each of the chapter inside. So after that, we are going to see international human rights instruments. You see, after the Universal Declaration was adopted, again different documents were created.